Let's jump over to mine, and we'll do Pels first half versus the Grizzlies. So Pels have been rock solid in the first half. We hit on that earlier in the week. I went back to the well, and they got absolutely housed by the Los Angeles Lakers. Learned my lesson, which is basically like, I don't need to be taking solid trends versus the Lakers. Like, that's a learning spot, right? We talk about how, we want this to be kind of like a workshop where like you can work out theories about betting and spots, etc. And like that to me is something I can learn from, which is like, hey, don't track in your trends versus the Lakers, because the Lakers are, by their definition, we'll talk about this a little bit later, very random. They are unpredictable. There are not good spots or bad spots for the Lakers. There are just random spots. And so I think that was maybe my mistake. But here versus a Grizzlies team that's obviously kind of, to be quite honest, are giving up on the season, focusing on draft stock and repositioning themselves for next season. They are still a little bit dangerous. They still have some guys that can shoot some threes. We've seen them catch a couple of teams here and there. But in general, I still like the first half here. I'm only laying 5.5 with a much better Pelican squad in New Orleans. I do want to look this up real quick about how the Pelicans have done when they face teams that are under 500, because I think that's like an interesting kind of angle to look at as far as like the win profile. That's where I really want to focus on at this point in the year. Pels are 17-5 straight up and 14-8, 64% against teams under 500 at the time of the meeting this season. On the road, they are still 7-5 ATS, 58%. So I should be pretty good there for a great first half team. I'll go ahead and lay the 5.5, Joe. I know it's a lot of points, but this Grizzlies team is just skin and bone. So I'll trust the Pels to get 2 possessions on them in the first half.
Yeah, I love it. The Pelicans have been one of the absolute best teams in the first half. So I think they're number 2 actually in terms of net rating in the first half. So definitely love the spot against realistically like a G League Grizzlies team at this point.
Yeah, it really is. It is a sad team in Memphis. First half this season, the Pelicans are 30-22, and that's the full numbers is 30-22-1. First half via evanalytics.com, the Pelicans are still second at 34-18-1, plus 14.25 units first half spread this season. I will kind of go back to back here and do the over here. So this one isn't hard to figure out. If I think that the Pelicans are going to jump up and down on the Grizzlies, they're probably going to score a lot of points. And if they score a lot of points, they're probably going to go over. Grizzlies have been an under team this season, 43% to the over this season. They've been an under team at 56.6%. However, the last 4 games straight have all gone over. Now, they can be a little bit random in terms of like they go up and down and they dip, but I do think that since the turn of February, you've seen the Grizzlies really reposition towards just firmly just going to play the young guys, just going to let guys play. The Pelicans are going to put up a big number here. I feel like injury report's fairly clean for the Pelicans. That's enough to get me on here on the over, especially at such a low number here. This feels very low. I know that I could just play the Pelicans team total, but I'll say this: if I'm wrong and the Pelicans lose, it's because the Grizzlies do that thing where they hit 1,000,000 threes and the Pelicans defense looks like shit again, and then we're still going over this number at 223. I will like this at pretty much any number, even if this number gets absolutely blown up overnight between when we're recording this and when it pops in the morning. I've got it 231. So you've got cushion here. I'm going to like it to any number before 230. So I'll take the over in Grizzlies Pelicans.
No, I like that as well. I think the Pelicans should really work them.